Hey everyone, it's Tuesday, July the 27th, 2010, and you're listening to the Giant Bombcast. I'm your host, Ryan Davis, joined by Twitchy Vinny Caravella.
That's me, Twitchy Caravella.
Screwface Jeff Gerstmann.
Hi.
And as always, sleepy Brad Shoemaker.
So sleepy.
I think you do it to your...
There has to be.
You keep saying it's the tryptophan, but...
Yeah, I had another turkey sandwich today. Maybe, is there some kind of placebo effect, you think?
I think that's what it is. I think you think that the turkey is putting you to sleep.
Oh, man.
It's all in
But
your
you're just
mind.
lazy. That's what it is. Like, I just don't want to be awake anymore. So
Yeah.
If that was the case, I'd be asleep all the time.
Who says you're not?
Oh no!
Inception in theaters now. Vinny, how you doing? Vinny, Vinny, we had a weekend.
Oh man, did we? I'm sure
Brother.
everybody else had a weekend too, unless
Yeah.
you really are asleep.
I can't. I don't know for sure.
Can never know. What is
But,
the Matrix?
We had one of my more memorable weekends of this year.
Absolutely. I had a damn blast. We've had back-to-back exciting weekends.
Oh man,
And back-to-back
common thread.
sliding into the horrible, expensive, damnable addiction of arcade machines.
Terrible, terrible place to be.
Got up nice and bright and early Saturday morning, went and rented a truck. That was our first mistake. Renting a truck. Got ourselves a...
Because as soon as you get the truck, you're like, well, we got to fill up the truck.
Now we're committed. We can't just get
That was
one.
that was like, well, yeah, so let's call these other guys and go look at this retail storefront. And we were just we drove like 130 miles on Saturday in this like 16-foot rented budget diesel truck, which was Liftgate. This is key.
Which is scary.
Which Vinny had also probably one of his scariest moments.
This won't
of
play.
The year.
We'll get to it.
All right.
So yeah, first stop.
Went down. I think was he in Hayward?
No,
First one was Hayward.
maybe. We were in Hayward a couple of times.
We went back and forth through Hayward,
Yeah.
different parts of Hayward.
We were in a community, like a gated little place where we picked up our xenophobe machine, and it was nice dude. He had like a couple of like 3 machines, and in like a parlor, like back of his garage kind of thing. Like, oh, my little arcade, and we wheeled it out of there, no problem.
No, that was easy. Xenophobes got wheels on the back of the cabinet, so we didn't even
tilt her back.
We had brought a hand truck, but we didn't even need it for that. So that was
So all right, so now we're up to the liftgate part. So the liftgate on the truck, after some like weird transformer folding out stuff, right, sits down on the pavement. And this is not really going to play on the radio so much, but has to go up, I don't know, 4 feet maybe.
sure.
Yeah, to become flush with the back of the truck.
Yeah.
The thing you don't realize once you get the arcade machine on it and somebody hits the switch to power it up is it fucking tilts forward like as it starts going up.
It's not a rail.
Yeah.
It's not like on a rail on the back. It like folds out from underneath, so the arm is not going true up and down.
So it
kind of
starts
goes
like
out
this
a
on the
little
ground
bit.
and then goes whap.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you have your 400-pound arcade machine just sitting on
You're
there and
extremely
like,
top heavy.
all right, let's go, and it's not analog controls on that thing. It's go or don't.
It's not like I could feather it or anything. It was just like
It's like, all right, take it slow. And like the thing suddenly just goes like this. And you're like, oh, God, this thing is just about to fall off. So I was standing on it with the dude who sold it to us, and he was just like, oh. And like we're just holding it. That was scary.
yeah.
And getting it down was scarier at the end of the day.
Indeed. But then we went. I'd found that a dude had a bunch of machines elsewhere in Hayward, but in like a storefront
We're just
thing.
like trolling for
Yeah, it was
dudes with too many arcade machines.
Pretty much.
Who's selling?
But that guy, like I had a couple of leads on guys who had a bunch of machines, and this guy, it was a storefront thing, and so all the machines were way too expensive.
Really expensive.
It was retail prices. This is not how we've been buying machines. So it was we're like,
These were all starting in like
we
thousands.
Oh.
Of those.
like $1,000 for a Tempest machine. It's like, get the fuck out of my face with that.
Did see Adam now?
$1,000 for that.
In Hayward.
Yeah, Adam Boys, fan favorite, came out to kick it with us and look at stuff there before they were off to some
wine tasting
thing or something in Alameda. But got to see Adam for a bit and the
was
family.
fun.
And then while we were getting lunch, got an email back from a dude who had a Joust cocktail for sale, which we had seen one of those at California Extreme. I think it was the first time I had seen one of those.
Yeah.
And it's a very unique looking cocktail machine because it's two players at once, so both players actually sit on the same side, but they're kind of angled towards the screen.
Yeah.
So it's not a traditional cocktail machine. I don't think I'd ever seen a machine that even looked like that before.
Apparently, after buying it, I did some research, and like every arcade cabinet, super rare, right?
Yeah.
But apparently, a lot of them are repurposed because it is a unique cabinet in that the two players are on the same side. So a lot of them are just repurposed to multi-arcade machines because both players are just sitting on the same side. So a lot of them gutted and just turned into whatever, like main cabinets or whatever.
Sure.
So that's what I did.
So we had to. So we had to go down to
Punch that guy in the face.
So we had to go down to San Jose for that, and this was, let's say, the other end of the spectrum from our dilettante weekend warrior arcade collector. I have like 3 machines. Like the first guy at his peak had like 5 machines. He said.
Yes, and all just kind of like, I played this when I was a kid and I really liked it, and like I've got
it was the personal collection of I only am getting machines that I have a connection with,
and it's in really good condition. Like it's not.
Yeah. They had that.
Our Xenophobe does have a little bit of graffiti, which is awesome on the side.
I love it.
I tagged it.
I want to do some restoration on that machine, but I will not. I want to leave that part alone. I feel like that's
something 89 or 86.
86. Yeah, it's like you can't read the rest of it, and then the end 86.
So in like silver Sharpie.
Yeah, it's a touch that I actually really enjoy.
Did they make silver Sharpies in '86?
Maybe it could be.
I don't. It could be. Was that game out in
'86?
'86? Like I don't think so. I think that's too early for Xenophobe. It's close because that's like what? That's.
What is Xenophobe?
It's crazy.
For those of us who can't quite remember.
It's a 3-player game that actually splits the screen horizontally.
Wait, okay, yeah.
And you play as a duck.
I think it's coming back to me.
Each player can move around the environment independently, and the idea is you just want to clear out like these space stations of aliens.
Yeah.
And I think it's the first game that I can think of that has context-sensitive controls. Because it's got 2 buttons, and one of them will have a completely different use depending on like what you're standing near. It's like, oh, you're standing over a weapon, you hit that button, you will pick up that weapon.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre looking cabinet.
I think a lot of people encountered it on the NES, where it was a 2-player game.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
But it's an odd looking cabinet.
Yeah.
And
I haven't been back there to see it yet.
Odd looking game. It's
cool.
There is, in fact, a duck in it.
Duck man.
There's a man duck.
Howard the Duck.
Taller.
Yeah. Svelte.
Like Daffy kind of.
Man-sized duck.
Like if Captain Kirk had a duck head.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this other guy that we bought the joust machine from,
He was in deep.
This guy was in deep. This guy had been. We went and talked to him, and he had been showing some stuff at California Extreme. He had the Smash TV machine that was there.
Right.
A few other things.
Did he still have the Smash TV?
Yeah, he did, and he said like basically he said like I was asking $750 for it at the show because I just got it. And I really like Smash TV, so I don't really want to sell it right now.
Right, but if somebody's going to give
me $750 for it, I'll take $750 and part with it. So I said, well, let me know when you don't care about Smash TV anymore. we can talk some deals. But paint
me a picture.
This guy had I think he said he had 93 machines on the property. He had 2 full-size shipping containers in his backyard, both full of machines. He had all along like the back of his house, like under the eaves of his house, and like along the patio, packed with machines.
So you guys both know, like when Ryan says shipping containers, these are walk-in, like transatlantic, like top of a boat shipping
like
containers.
Loading docks, gigantic.
Like whoa,
packed with machines.
Swings them open. There's bags,
packed
like refugees, like machine refugees.
Like before we got there, he said like, okay, like let me know when you're on your way because I have to like move a bunch of stuff to get to the joust machine.
Was there a missus on the property? Because that seems like the kind of lifestyle you can only get away with if you're like
hard to
like
tell.
An old bachelor kind of living.
We did not go inside the house because we did not need to because
like
all the stuff was outside.
Side yard, kind of like concrete yard.
It was like a driveway. You had like a gated driveway you could pull into, and then that's where the 2 big shipping containers
it's pretty much his driveway.
Yeah. Because the driveway kind of went alongside the house instead of going into a garage. But I guess he had a garage that was also full of machines, and the back of the house was covered in machines. Yeah. He had, I will say conservatively, a 7-foot-tall pile of the broken machines and parts that he had to like cannibalize.
He said, some machines got to die,
so that other machines can live.
Others can live.
So it's just side panels, just stacked.
Buying and selling these machines, is that his livelihood?
I don't know.
Is that his business?
If it's not his livelihood, it is part of his life.
Yeah, it is. It is
clearly.
key.
Yeah.
It is the passion is there.
Dude knows his stuff though.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
like at one point he started just kind of like rattling off names of different types of monitors and ones that he would or would not work on, and it was. I'm like just kind of nodding my head like, oh yeah,
knows his
sure.
way around the machine.
The K98, yeah, fuck those.
has a love for him, and
This guy wasn't named Jerry, was he?
No, it was not.
nice guy. And he got that joust machine up and running, and some of the sound is a little messed up, but we'll figure that out. And
Yeah.
he's totally willing to be like, I'll come by, check
It's
it out.
just like
again.
you were saying that maybe the amp is bad.
the power supply
So
is
yeah,
something with that.
a
A
lot of 5-volt
those-
line to
Yeah,
the,
like a lot of those Midway machines. Yeah, like
So-
had to amplify the sound. And
So there's a I guess they make a conversion kit for the power, so you don't have to use the original power supply. So it's a cleaner
okay.
power supply
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like $40. He's like,
Yeah.
drop that in. It goes in easy. I'll come by and do it if you want.
It's the post-purchase support
Yeah.
on the joust machine thus far has been solid.
Yeah, so he had a lot of stuff there. It was really interesting to see from going from California Extreme to where those machines go when they leave.
Right.
And
He had like dog kennels, like chain link dog kennels in the backyard, like something where you'd keep like 3 or 4 dogs, just full of monitors, just full of like 25-inch arcade monitors.
and he knew all about the lift gate and actually recommended a different gate because he knew the problem with it tilting down. He said, "Oh, a lift gate. Well, yeah, that'll dip on you. You should get the piston lift or whatever it was.
It was the rail lift.
the rail lift.
You have to pay a little more for the rail lift, but it's cleaner, it's safer
Yeah.
for the arcade machines. And
Had his own hand truck with straps.
didn't he
and-
say that he was moving machines to California
Yeah,
Extreme
4
in
at a
his
time.
truck 4 at a time?
Yep.
From his place.
But this was actually kind of closer to California Extreme. But
I mean, we were in San Jose, so from Santa Clara, that's pretty close.
but yes, he would. Yeah, like I said before, he had that Smash TV machine there, a couple of other machines. And,
He had a very clean looking Donkey Kong Jr. machine that we were looking at.
yeah,
And then
Cocktail machine.
And then it was the he's like, so what else are you looking for?
yeah.
yeah,
It was the dealer thing.
Well, he knew everybody too. It was like, I'll talk to Jerry.
All
He's
the
got it,
the dudes that I met at California Extreme, he knew all of them and he knew all of their machines, and he was wired in. So we're in
I'd like to know how much we could expect to pay for like a dedicated like MK3 cabinet,
we saw it
because we're gonna end up with one of those eventually.
I'll find out.
We saw that there was a 2 at that one place, right?
Yeah, he had a 2.
Oh man, let's
for
just
like-
get that. That's all we need anyway.
He had a dedicated 2.
Get a 3 and we'll convert it to 2.
Yeah, all right.
He had dedicated 2 for like $800, which
That was at the expensive.
That was
place.
the storefront place. But
He
there's
also had an Earthshaker machine there.
Oh,
Yeah.
he gave me that guy gave me. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he gave me some names from places that you may want to check out for replacement ramps because I was asking him about
Okay.
that.
How much did he want for his Earthshaker?
I don't know
That's
if that was
crazy.
for sale.
No, it
Yeah,
was.
it
Everything
was
was
not
for
worth
sale. It was
asking.
like
yeah.
$2,100 or something like
Yeah,
that. So
okay.
no, don't start buying pinball.
No, I mean I already have an Earthshaker. I just
Yeah.
want to know like what it's
what's
worth
the
in
going?
nice
Yeah.
shape. So
His was in nice shape. It was very clean.
yeah.
But so yeah, we loaded up our machines and brought him back
Joust
here.
much easier. Cocktail joust.
sure,
a much easier.
One man can move a cocktail if he's motivated enough. If he's motivated enough to steal it out of the location it's sitting in.
One man with a hand truck could absolutely steal a cocktail machine.
All right.
We had our
Easily.
yellow nylon rope securing it to the truck. Ryan drove like a champ, drove the truck around, and
Parts of the 880 are kind of scary in that truck because the roads are bumpy and you start getting like this weird bounce going.
Yeah.
So I had to drive very slow during sections of that. But I was just stoked that we bought the machines, we did not break them, and we did not crash the truck into anything, and we did not die.
knock on wood.
No,
It can still happen. The truck is just going to crash through this wall.
It's just going to Kool-Aid Man into the podcast studio here.
Yeah, and your car and everything was still there when you got back. We parked the car like by the truck.
Kind of a sketchy
yeah,
part of
yeah.
town that we had to pick up the truck in.
But overall, it was fun. We were sweating gross. Ryan did the bulk of the heavy lifting, so it's kind of sat back with my wife and took pictures.
Yeah, but you bankrolled it. You're the one with all
I was
the
the
cash.
money. I was the finance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. We
He had to
spent
go to the ATM, and then he had to go up to the counter because the ATM would not give him
Yeah,
enough
I
money.
went to the ATM.
Yeah.
Nope, you can't take out that much money today. I was like, all right, well, I'll take out. No, you can't take out that either. And then finally, I got to a thing that we both agreed on would be a good number to take out.
You and the
then
ATM?
Yeah, and then it spit me out all 20s. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is like a wad of 20s.
Yeah, yeah.
So I went inside and said, can you change these into hundreds? And also, I want to take out more.
I need more
I
hundreds.
need more. And then I've got a joint savings account with my wife. She was like, "Oh, you want me to take it out of the? Don't take it out of the joint. This is coming out of my savings account. She'll kill me." Don't.
But yeah,
between you and me.
Yeah, we have some. I'll post some select photos.
We got some photos.
Yeah.
Some good pictures got taken of the trip, and of
I'm
the
really
machines.
happy. And you know, it was not inexpensive for that jazz machine. I think it was like $450, $475. But I really like it. I don't know. It's cool.
I think it's.
That's not. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like,
yeah,
that's not that much money. People paid more for a PlayStation 3 when they came out. You know.
Sure. Yeah.
And this is like a big physical thing.
Yeah.
That I can never keep anywhere but this office.
and it looks awesome.
And when I need to move out of this office, I'll probably have to sell it because it means we're out of a job. Yeah, so it's cool and like it'll be fun to check out, and it's in pretty good shape, and it's got funny lights on the coin panel, which is nice.
Oh, yeah, the front lights up real nice.
Cool.
We need a bezel. We need a cardboard bezel.
I actually emailed the guy and
nice. Already on the
I
case.
emailed Ted about that and see what.
Oh, you working with Ted?
Yeah, see what Franny says.
Ted's a good guy.
Yeah.
But then next weekend, there's a warehouse in Pacifica. What I go check out. You laugh. I'm coming back with a Zaxxon machine.
Oh, dude, that listing you showed me, and I don't mean to talk about arcade games the whole time because I'm done.
I do.
I am out of the market. But
that's the thing. I still haven't, like, I have a interest in this Xenophobe machine, but I have not outright bought anything yet.
But the prices on that stuff that you showed me were dirt cheap.
Those are going to be a lot of fixer-uppers. We'll see, but that sounds like that's an actual, for real warehouse. So that'll be a lot more fun.
Man.
You want to come?
When?
Saturday?
Maybe.
Say it's Saturday 9 to 2 or something when the warehouse is open.
Mm.
So down to Pacifica.
You in, Brad?
See if they got an MK machine.
MK2 machine for $200.
I mean, I need. That's the thing is that if I go down or if Vinny goes down, I need someone who can tell if it's any good.
Yeah, we would know from an MK machine.
Right.
I don't know.
Basically, what you're looking for is something that is the same basic size as that NBA Jam cabinet, but with its shorter control panel on it.
That's about what we saw.
Not a Street Fighter 2 sized, not like that Street Fighter 2 cabinet.
Bigger,
converted.
like midway.
Yeah. You're looking for one that
size.
has side art on it.
Yes,
basically.
Yes, that's what we saw.
Yeah, yeah, that was definitely.
I know what I'm looking out for as far as like that, but
yeah.
I don't know if there are telltale things about the control panels that you could tell if it's been a conversion, or
right,
something like that. But we'll see. It's been fun delving into this weird subculture of arcade collectors and meeting all these. I think that's one of the things that I really enjoy about all this is like going out and meeting people.
Yeah,
it's like this can be such an isolating hobby sometimes, especially with the console stuff where it's like he's going to go sit at home and the most you might do is talk to someone on a headset, get called names.
Well, it definitely bridged this weird gap of like when I was like 8 to like 15 and then a blackout period, and now of when I was younger, you had to go like trade carts or something with an actual person, be like, oh, I'm trading my Zelda cart for elevator action. Like, all right, make the swap. You go. It's like physical, or like I'll give you $5 and these garbage pail kids.
I love elevator action, but that's a bad trade.
Yeah, it's a terrible trade.
The same thing.
That's hey man, I'm not saying you still can't take advantage of people in that same kind of way. Who knows how much those cabinets are worth?
Yeah.
So it kind of reminded me a little bit of that, of like, oh yeah, I finally have to meet people again, and there's no digital download for an arcade cabinet. Actually, there is. But
ain't the same.
Ain't the same.
Ain't the same, brother.
You don't get the same smells and sights and sounds.
Yeah.
That musty electronic, dusty electronic smell. That jazz machine really has a good.
Oh, the inside of that thing smells great.
Yeah, like heating up.
Yeah, you can smell the dust burning off the power supply, stuff like that.
Anyway, fun time. Good Saturday. Carl's Jr.
Jeff, how was your Saturday?
It went well.
You think?
Yeah. Most of it. Yeah, I don't know. It's I went to a pool party and then it got rapidly out of hand after that. So and then at some point I agreed to go tubing
for real.
For real next weekend. I think we're gonna go to the river.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and float down the river for several hours.
The marquee on those tubing machines is awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
You gotta go tube into Pacifica and tube back with an arcade machine.
Exactly.
With a tubing machine.
In a tube.
In a tube.
Yeah.
That's how we were going to transport our tubing machine. Make this little flotilla out of tubes.
This will work. This will work. Oh man, how much did that cost? That wasn't that expensive, right?
This would be like Fitzcarraldo, except for a tubing machine.
I mean, could you imagine though? Then, like 50 years later, somebody's like, "It's a tubing machine underwater here." How did that?
We were dredging the river and we found this tube. Like, who would dump a tubing machine?
That's this dead guy and this tubing machine. We think they're related.
There's a skeleton underneath the tubing machine. All these scratches on the backside of the tubing machine.
Middle finger raised.
All right. I think we've spent our arcade talking.
Oh
time.
yeah, I'm done. Too much money. I'm in debt for talking about arcade machines.